Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another TJD. Nice minty tea. Today's video is the Creature Comforts book tag. While doing the other book tag and seeing other book tags, I got to thinking about the comforts of reading and that really we are creatures of comfort. So I decided to do this because why not? First question, where is your favorite, most comfortable place to read? Hands down, a bathtub with warm water, possibly bubbles or whatever, I don't know. I just think that's one of the most wonderful places to read. I do enjoy reading at the beach, I do enjoy reading by the pool, I do enjoy reading pretty much anywhere. But the most comfortable, a really good bathtub with water just at the right temperature, yeah. And that's all sorts of heaven. Question number 2, what do you prefer, soft cover, hardcover, or digital? This might be a surprise, but I think I prefer a soft cover because if you drop it in a bathtub, it's more resilient, and I just think it's more handy for reading. I do love my hardcover books, obviously, but I find myself, I don't know, just more at ease with the soft covers, and I do enjoy my ebook reader, but it's not the most comfortable. Even though I can adjust the font and do different stuff, but it's just not the same. 3. Finish this sentence. The smell of an old book is poetry. Truly, by design, books when they age, they smell vanilla-ish, and there's just something really, really wonderful of the smell of an old book that you've kept and that it's maintained in. It hasn't gotten mold and hasn't gotten any issues. It's just a beautiful smell that makes you smile once you open. And some books are, if you read enough, they get that particular smell. I don't know if that has to do with the oil in our hands and whatnot, but it is a beautiful, beautiful scent. Question number 4, what do you like to read before bed? Although I have been known to read some books that haven't been a good idea to read before bed, like H.P. Lovecraft and Poe. I do enjoy reading poetry and reading more and more poetry before bed, because even if you're super sleepy, you can read one poem or two poems, unless it's like one of those collections by Keats or Lord Byron where some poems go like, forever. It's like, dude, get to the point. Sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes they just wind along a little bit too much, especially Keats for my taste. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but you have to be in the mood to read Keats. So poetry, something shorter. I don't know. What else? Poetry, philosophy is good to read. Anything that gives me good food for thought, so I go to sleep with a full brain tummy. And I don't know. Those are the two, or maybe something that I'm writing. I do enjoy reading because I can truly sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. But yeah, and that does do interesting things because you wake up and you go like, wow, I have so many ideas. I really better get my hands on paper and pen now. Question number 5, do you like to snack while you read? Yes, although, actually, I was going to say that chocolate isn't ideal because you can get it on the pages, and I have eaten chocolate while reading. It's not a pretty sight, but it is what it is. But there's actually some chocolates like Raisinets or think that type of chocolate where there are small pieces that they probably have confectioner sugar, a glaze that doesn't make it, it doesn't make it melt in your hands, but in your mouth. So, but no, I think that, and although I haven't eaten in a while, I think grapes are a great snack while reading because they're handy, they're not messy. And you can you can just blindly stumble to get a grape, then get a grape and voila. Other fruits require some seedless grapes, by the way. But if you're eating cherries, you have to dispose of the pit. If you're eating an apple, the core, so on and so forth. So yeah, I think those are two good options. What is your drink of choice while reading? Although I do enjoy a good cup of tea or a nice cold beer or even a nice cold cherry cola. I do think that my drink of choice while reading is wine, red wine at that, because for convenience, if you take a sip of red wine and you don't want to take a sip for another 40 minutes, you can do it and the wine is still perfectly fine. If you do that with tea, it's not going to be a pretty taste. If you do that with cola, the ice is going to melt. If you do that with beer, unless it's like, I don't know, an Abbey Ale or something that tastes nice, even when warmed up. Yeah. So, wine it is. Is there any book you read for comfort? The more I read poetry, the more I think that's going to be my go-to books of comfort, because, and especially certain collections that some friends have gifted me, because you can just take it for a second, read, and get to a better place quicker. I shall always read Harry Potter for comfort. The Harry Potter series is like, and I still haven't read the new one that will be forthcoming. I think that the Harry Potter books are the book equivalent of chocolate if you got attacked by a Dementor. So yeah, they are soothing. Question number 8. Describe the most comfortable book you would like to read. Think texture, weight, font, etc., etc., etc. I think it would be a leather-bound book, soft cover, so that, but resilient, so that when you open and read it, it doesn't crease. It feels nice on the hand. It's got good weight, so it would be probably between 300 and 400 pages, no more than that. Some books do feel a bit light. Others feel just about right. And I think 300 pages would be about right, maybe 400. So. The leather would be worn a bit so that it just feels nice in your hand. And font, I don't know. In my books, I write all of them in Bookman old style because I am particular to that font. It doesn't have to be that font, but if it should be something like that, something that's pleasant to the sight. Garamond is nice, Georgia is nice. I'm not fond of Times New Roman. It does remind me of legal text that I've had to read. Arial, not fond of that font for reading really, really long text. I think it being sans serif does weigh on my eyesight, but although I'm not sure. No, I like those stylized fonts. You know, something not overly intricate, but not super simple. That would be my ideal book. Question number 9. Do you use a nightlight to read? If so, describe it. I actually have 2 nightlights. The first one is pink. It was my mom's. She wasn't using it. And she said, you're going to use it a hell of a lot more than me. And she was right. I don't like to bother while I'm reading, even if old night owl tendencies spring up and I feel the urge to read late into the night. That nightlight is okay. And the other one I have is actually like a little foam table I bought at Costco, where it's great to write and it's great to read at night because it has a really cool nightlight. Plus, since it's a flat surface, it forces you to push down and it's nice. And question number 10, create your ideal book nook. It would literally be a nook in the wall. It would have a window. It would be like those comfy windowsills that you see that you go like, oh, that looks so comfortable to read. That. I'm debating whether clear or frosted windows. I was gonna say frosted, no, clear windows. Ample space. It's not just for the two cheeks. A bit bigger, so that you can be comfortable there. And if you need a blanket, you can use a blanket and bring a blanket. If you want to have company fits snugly as well. I don't know, just make it really convenient and comfortable. And I think it would be cool for the two people to be able to fit there, so that, you know, I'm sitting this way and my wife is sitting the other way, looking, legs come this, and it's like, once in a while, steal a glance and say, oh, we're reading, like dorks. But hey, it's cool. Anything else? Temperature, it would probably be a place that, honestly, that uses firewood. And I say that ignorantly because my first real winter is going to be in a couple of months. It's not going to be a real winter, but compared to Puerto Rico, it's going to be a real winter. It's going to be a whole lot of confusing and funny, and I promise to chronicle that. But I think having that warmth and the crackling of the fire would be nice for ambiance. And it would be cool for it to have like a groove to put your cup of tea or a glass of wine, beverage of choice. That would be awesome. If it were ideal, be somewhere where I could put a self-heating tea so that my tea would never get cold. And yeah, that's about it. So those are my 10 questions of the Creature Comforts book tag. And I'm going to be tagging Anais Believe, Joshua Robertson, Emily Rizarri, and Cynthia Cruzado to see their take on this book tag. Also, I'm going to tag, I forgot her full name. Her name is Nash, and I'm getting into her channel, and it's pretty cool, so I'm tagging you, Nash. And anyone else who wants to do this, by all means, if you find someone that you think would be cool for them to do it, by all means, write them, tell them this is the book tag, tell them to check out this video, and see what a goofy indie author from Puerto Rico is doing here. So for now, peace, love, and macarons.